Welcome to your 15-minute hip opening yoga class. We are going to start out in a cross-legged position, gently closing your eyes, going into the place and space within you. Start bringing your awareness to your breath and observe your natural inhale and exhale. Take this present moment to set an intention for your yoga practice today. And once you've set your intention, go ahead and gently open your eyes, transitioning onto all fours position, tabletop. Bringing your heart forward, tailbone back. Exhale, rounding up through your spine, going through a couple of cat-cows here. Continuing to go through your own movements at your own pace, whatever feels good in your body. Using your breath as your anchor. And go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. Tucking your toes under, pushing up into downward facing dog, and you can start walking out your dog, pedaling through your feet here, continuing to focus on your breath. Now go ahead and push down through both of your heels. Inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky, opening up your hip, bringing your right heel into the seat. Start doing some hip circles one way. These hip circles are an incredible way to open up through your hip space. And go ahead and reverse your hip circling. And then release your right foot down to the mat. Going to the other side, inhale, reach that left leg up to the sky. Open up through that hip, bringing your left heel into the seat as you start doing your hip circles on the left side. And then go ahead and reverse, going the opposite way. Release that left foot down. And roll through your back, coming forward into plank, lowering down through a chaturanga, upward facing dog on the inhale. On your next exhale, tucking your toes under, pushing up and back, downward dog. Inhale, reaching that right leg up to the sky, keeping your hips square this time. And on your next exhale, bringing that right foot to the space between the hands, lowering your left knee down, untucking your back toes. And on your next inhale, bring your hands up on top of your knees. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, go ahead and inhale, reach your arms over top of your head. Coming back to your breath, feeling that deep stretch in your hips. On your next exhale, bringing your hands down to frame your foot and gently straightening your right leg. As you pull your hips back, coming into a half split, keeping your hands placed on the mat, making sure that you're keeping your hips squared, and then you can gently come back into low lunge, tucking your back toes under and stepping your right foot back to meet your left. Inhale, reaching your left leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, bringing your left foot to the space between the hands, dropping your right knee down, untucking your back toes, bringing your hands to the top of your knees into low lunge. If you want a little more challenge, reaching your arms up over your head. Focusing on your breath here, feeling that stretch throughout your hips. And then go ahead and exhale. Bring your hands down to frame your foot. Push back into half split, pulling your hips back and straightening out that left leg. Trying to keep your hips square. Taking some deep breaths here as you're folded over the top of that front extended leg. Shifting your left knee forward, coming back into low lunge. Tucking your back toes under, coming back into downward facing dog. Coming through into plank, lowering down through a chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tucking your toes under, pushing back into downward facing dog. From here, go ahead and lift your right leg up to the sky again, keeping your hips square. And exhale, bring that right foot to the space between the hands. And coming up into high lunge, reaching your arms up over your head. Pushing down through that left back heel. We're going to go back and forth between hands over our head and cactus arms. So go ahead and bring your arms down into cactus by bringing your elbows down, reaching your arms back over your head, bringing your elbows back down in line with your shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Keep going back and forth at your own pace here. From here, go ahead and bring your left hand down to the mat, right arm overhead, adding a twist to our high lunge. Inhaling in, and exhaling out. Bringing your right hand down to the mat, stepping your right foot back into downward dog. Going to the other side, reaching that left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring that left foot to the space between the hands. Coming up into high lunge, arms reaching up over your head. Rooting down through that back right heel. Bringing your elbows down in alignment with your shoulders. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. Continue to do this at your own pace, using your breath as a tool to navigate the movement. Next, exhale, right hand comes down to the mat, left arm overhead. Twisting open, looking up at the ceiling. Releasing that left hand down to the mat, pushing back into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to push down through your heels and then roll forward and through into plank, lowering down through a chaturanga, upward facing dog. And exhale, pushing back into child's pose. Sitting back onto your heels, pushing through your palms, resting your forehead onto the mat. Taking this moment to slow down through your breath. Gently start walking your hands back towards your knees, coming up into a position of sitting onto your heels. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. On your next exhale, right hand comes down to the ground, left arm overhead. Slowing down through your breath. Coming back through center, left hand down to the ground, right arm overhead. Feeling that stretch throughout the side of your body. Next, exhale, come back through center. And interlace your fingers. Send your palms out in front of you. Inhale, reach your arms over top of your head. Relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. Lengthening up through your spine. And go ahead and release. We're going to make our way onto our seats on our mats. Legs out in front of us. Go ahead and take a big inhale in, reaching your arms over your head. And exhale, fold over top of your legs into a seated forward fold. Really start to notice all of the expansion within your body and your mind from this beautiful yoga practice. Feeling that deep stretch in your hamstrings and your lower back. Go ahead and release, making your way down onto the mat, resting your back down and pulling your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a big hug, feeling all of your muscles that have been engaged within this practice today. And you can maybe start gently rocking side to side, massaging your spine. Whenever you feel complete, go ahead and bring your feet down to the mat. Bring your hands down to the mat. Lifting up through your glutes, coming into bridge pose. Holding here for a breath or two. Then slowly release down to the mat. We're going to do that 2 more times. Taking a big inhale in, exhale, lifting your glutes up. Just holding here. One more deep breath in, and exhale, release down. We're going to go ahead and do that one more time. Inhale in, and exhale, lift. Squeezing through your glutes, firing up through that back side of your body. And then release down to the mat. We're going to go ahead and bring our soles of our feet together, knees falling out to the wide side of the mat, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, resting down on the mat through the back side of our body. You're more than welcome to do any last minute stretches you want to do here. Otherwise, we are going to elongate our legs down to the bottom of the mat, come into final resting pose, palms up, facing the ceiling, coming into Shavasana. Taking this moment yet again to come back to the intention that was set at the beginning of practice. As we surrender into our mat, fully relaxing every muscle from your head to your toes. Whenever you're ready, you can roll to one side on your mat, feeling held and supported by the earth below you. Then gently push up through your hands, coming up into an easy seated position on the mat. Gently opening your eyes. Taking a big inhale, reach your arms over your head, bringing your hands into prayer, bringing them down to your third eye and down to your heart. And bow down to your heart, thanking yourself for this beautiful practice today. Namaste. I hope you take this magical energy into the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.